Welcome back, guys. So in the past, I've mentioned that I was learning bass clarinet for my college because they needed somebody to fill it in the wind symphony, and we didn't really have clarinet majors that felt like they could get the job done. There's a little bit more to it that we could eventually maybe talk about, but I kind of got a great opportunity to pick up a second instrument, and so I did. And that was back in December. And so we had our first concert, which went very well. I'll do a video soon discussing it, kind of talk about like how I felt as a clarinetist, well, new clarinetist playing it, some of my squeaks, and going through the videos of me playing, which I will be posting soon. I've just kind of been weird about posting my playing videos, which is my own fault. But shortly after that, we got some new sheet music. We got, I think, 7 songs, 6 or 7 songs. Not as a joke, like I genuinely think it's one of those 2 numbers. And so I want to go through these songs with you and talk to you guys about these songs because I feel like I am at a point in my musical career right now where over the next month, I think I will either falter and lose my motivation, or I will rise to an extremely difficult challenge, and a month from now, I will be a new musician at a level I never thought I could be at. Like, these songs are easily some of the most difficult songs that you could probably play on clarinet in general. And if I can rise to this and conquer these songs, I genuinely think this is going to be a huge stepping stone in my musical career. So, these songs that I'm talking about here, let me bring them up. So let's go through them. So the first one is going to be called Bullseye. So this is a wind ensemble piece. This one isn't really quite as bad as some of these other songs we're going to get into. It's a pretty easy song, honestly, so I thought I'd be able to go through these, but I guess not. The worst part is just the 3/8, and later on you get into 8/16, I'm pretty sure. And those are just a little bit weird to count and subdivide. With the conductor is not a bad conductor or anything like that. It's just a weird 6/16, sorry. It's just figuring out the subdivisions and stuff is weird. And like here on this page, we go down to a low D, I'm pretty sure. But our bass clarinet only goes to an E flat, so I might have to use a different bass clarinet, which is significantly worse to play on. But a couple times the song goes down to a low D. But honestly, the worst part is just like looking at, wow, these are some wacky rhythms with extremely low notes. See, there's that low D again. Some wacky rhythms, like really, really low notes in weird time signatures. I can already tell is going to kind of mess me up. Like, there's that low D again. This one, I'm not super, like, I'm a little bit worried about because I'm not the greatest at playing bass clarinet. But for the most part, it's a slower rhythm. I think the fastest tempo marking was 90, if we go back. Yeah, let's see, it has at the top of the page. 52, 72, yeah, 76. Like, we're not going to be very fast there. Now, the next piece that we're going to talk about is actually called Mother Earth. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. This one we were just given Tuesday. Okay, and so this one is in 1. Alright, so these are all like triplet. Again, not super terrible. Cyping this was very frustrating because the guy was like, well, just adjust this and this and this and this. And I'm like, I can't even play the music. What do you mean adjust this? So that was ever so slightly frustrating. But like I said, looking here, the music isn't terrible. It's mostly chromatics and things like that. This song will take me, I think, like probably 4 hours to fully get down across multiple days of pressing. But I think I can get it down. Like I said, once I get the fingerings down, it is only 80 triplets. So like triplet. That's pretty much the whole thing, right? Now our next song is again another easy one. I kind of want to save the harder ones for last because I'm going to be very passionate about them. This one's Lincolnshire Posy. We're going to be playing movement 2 of it. Okay, the worst part about this one is just the sheer amount of like lung endurance I need because it's just so low notes and it's like just breathing. I need to work on breath support through this. So I try to warm up every day with this song. Alright, like this one I think is going to build me as like breath support. Now these next 3 songs are where I really think my growth is going to come in. The first one, not super, but these last 2, especially. So the next song is by Kevin Polkley, and this is Embers in the Black. So this one's at 90, and then it goes up to 98 per half note. So this one only has 10 musicians in it. I don't remember the exact order. I think it's 4 saxophones, bass clarinet, contrabass, 2 flutes, 2 clarinets. I'm pretty sure it's the lineup. So it's very exposed. A lot of these, like this rhythm here at 39, I have with the alto sax. And so it's a very exposed song. And just in general, when you get an exposed song like this, and half notes in general, like whenever you're in cut time, because that's kind of what half note is, cut time, I always suck with these faster rhythms, especially on an instrument that I'm new to. And this part here is a syncopated solo with percussion, which I'm ever so slightly worried about. And then at 154, if you were to look, it goes to quarter note, but it's still very fast for me. You see, we have 30-second notes. So, ba da ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba. So, like, this one, I'm mainly worried about the exposure of it and not letting the stress get to me. But we also gotta consider, like, the fact I'm new to this instrument, right? So some of these fingerings are still, like, adjusting to, right? Because, again, I've only played this instrument for not even 3 months at the time I'm making this video. It's only March 6th. I started learning December, like, 15th or 14th, right? And so this one is mainly a headspace thing, but also just in general my lower fingerings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not used to playing that low. I'm not used to the instrument in general, so remembering the fingerings has been a really big struggle I keep running into. And so I'm mainly worried about the second page. The first page I'm not super worried about. The second page, starting at 125 down to, I would say, 165 is my big worries. Everything aside from that, I'm not super worried about. The first page, the only thing I'm a little worried about is 55 to 57, those weird syncopations. If it was on quarter note, I'd be fine. It's like, duh, 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 right? But that was wrong, but you get what I'm saying. But because it's half notes, we had to, like, subdivide. It's weird. I just don't like it. But knowing our guy, he'll probably conduct it. Maybe, depending on his mood, sometimes he'll conduct almost like 4. Like, he'll do a flick of a half note. So I kind of can count in 4. I might just count in 4 because it'd be like, ba, 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 ba. I don't know. Again, that wasn't right, but it's something like that. I think that was close. Now, these next 2 songs are, from what I've been told, very classic pieces. And so you guys might know them. The first one is going to be Wedding Dances. So this one is one of the harder ones for me, and I've actually spent most of my practice time on this one and the next piece we're going to talk about. So this one is as fast as possible, which is already kind of geeked, but there's a lot of crossing the break, which I don't like. The other pieces really didn't have much over the break, but this one likes to float right around the break. Like this B flat to C, measure like 41. It's terrible. So ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da da ba da da ba da 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 da. Right, but that's, I don't know, like 100. Some of the recordings I'm listening to, they're usually playing it from 160 to 180 because the tempo is just as fast as possible, so it's not a consistent tempo. So these, like 49, this run is terrible for me because you see, like, it's in the higher register, but then you're across the break. Where we got B flat to C to B flat to A, like that type of stuff, like crossing the break, I still suck at, even as a musician now. So like this one is really kicking my butt, you know, because that's kind of main melody, and over here I had the melody twice in a row. Like this first one from 79 to 87, it's still hard, right? Like I cross the break here for the C, but I just keep my fingers down, right? So this one isn't super terrible, but again, it's rather fast. I don't remember how the rhythm goes right now, because I'm on the spot. But yeah, like this one, but like at 87 it starts to get really trippy. Like I can use some old fingerings, keep some fingerings down for like 88 with that C to E flat. But we're all up in this higher register, right? And it's just very fast, right? If we're going 170, like this is just fast. Like it's a very fast piece. This one, this 95 part was geeking me out. I just took it down the octave. Like I can't do this. This is just a horrible jump. I just can't do it. Right, and so 79 to 95 is another one of those parts where I'm like, this is really going to build a lot of character. And then 150, again, we're doing this crossing the break part that is just going to whoop me viciously. Right, but again, when we look at it, it's only like 40 measures, challenging stuff. Right, but it's challenging nonetheless. Like, this is stuff that's going to take a lot of practice, and I've been practicing it. Like I said, I put about like 8 hours in because we only got the music last week. Some of the songs we only got this week. I've had 2 concerts. Like I had a festival last week, Thursday and Friday, so I didn't practice much, and then I had a concert yesterday. But I practiced yesterday. But I've been trying to practice every day on bass clarinet, which means my saxophone has kind of been rejected. But oh well. Now the last song, as many of you may know, is a Hood classic, "Molly on the Shore." Okay. This one is intense, so it's alright. But since it's 112, we're probably gonna try to take it around 110. The previous band took it at 100, but we're looking at like it's just I can't even sing it because it's so fast right now. Like I can't process it. Like I'm practicing at like 120. So. Right, that first page isn't that bad, but it's just like the second page we get into some fingerings again. Like the fingerings are my biggest learning curve. I'm not comfortable, I'm not used to playing the bass clarinet, and so the fingerings, and sometimes like when these faster tempos or things like that, when I'm first learning it, it takes a conscious effort. Like with saxophone, I see an E, I know instantly what E is. I see an E here, I'm like, oh, I need to unlearn the saxophone real quick and think in bass clarinet. Oh, but it's E flat, what's a good fingering for that? And then by the time I'm already processing all that, it's 5 measures past, you know. But here's the one that's, nope, this isn't the page, but this one's like kind of annoying. Like this melody from 83 to 91, like mainly 83, 84, 85, just getting up in that high range has been a little bit stressful. And then 123 to 131, it's just the offbeats with the eighth notes. It's a little weird, especially this double offbeat eighth note at 128. But this last page is like really what's been kicking my butt. This is a chromatic run from high F to low E natural, and that one's really been whooping my butt. And I know maybe for some of you guys, like, you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I could probably easily learn that. Why is this going to change you as a musician? This is an instrument that I just started playing, right? Like, I only started playing it 2 or 3 months ago. That this is some of the more difficult music you can probably play on this instrument. Like, I don't know, like, there's definitely more difficult music, right? But I don't know if there's like tons of more difficult music, you know? Like, what I'm saying is that this is towards the higher end of difficult music, I feel like. So for me, you know, this being the higher end of difficult music, if I can get this down on this new instrument, that means I'm a proficient musician at this instrument. Maybe not as fast as other ones, like maybe I don't learn it quite as fast because, like I said, I'm a new instrumentalist, but that means I'm proficient at this instrument, and I'd have the knowledge of playing these intense songs on this instrument that, you know, when I go and, you know, either next rotation or next year, I have this knowledge of, like, I can play this instrument. I played this song was easy for me because I played it before. Or, like, I played a song way harder than this. I continue to play this instrument. Now I know I've conquered 2 instruments. I can move on to a third. Or I'm at a proficient level on a second instrument. That is so talented. For only being my sophomore year in college, like, I know there's a lot of, like, prodigies that probably have done that. Like, I'm not saying I'm a prodigy or anything like that. But as somebody that really wasn't taking music seriously until their junior year of high school, to be able to say, like, I have played some of the more intense clarinet songs only my sophomore year in college, it shows that by my senior year of college, who knows what could be in the cards for me, and that's so exciting to me. It's so exciting to me to think, and I can feel it. I can feel myself growing as a musician in every aspect by learning these songs, and I can tell if I just continue to stay locked in, if I keep it up, at the end of this rotation, it's gonna be crazy. And another reason this rotation is so crazy is because altogether, we only have 7 or 8 practices before our concert. So 1 practice pretty much per song. Which also adds to a lot of personal accountability and difficulty. You know, that this is all on me, right? There's not gonna be anybody else there to hold my hand. This is all on me, and I'm gonna get it done, right? And there's an extreme time constraint, right? Anybody can learn this music if they have as much time in the world. Not many people can learn this music in a month. And that's what excites me, is that there's a challenge with a strong deadline, right? And I have spring break during this time, and a lot of people aren't going to practice. That's not possible. I won't be able to get this music done unless I practice. And so that concept of I'm going to be grinding it out, I love how I feel when I'm locked in and I'm getting stuff done. And I could tell that if I continue to stay locked in, these next couple of weeks are going to be, we're talking about huge, like, I know, like, kind of it's like a chart. It's only going to grow more, like, it's going to stack on top of each other, grow. So maybe I'm growing 10% per week. So 10%, then that 10% plus that 10%. So that's like 20% that week. And then 30%, then 40%. Like, I see myself almost doubling myself as a clarinet musician by the end of it. And that's going to help me with saxophone, sight reading, everything in general, right? Because I think a lot of people will say, usually playing clarinet is harder than saxophone. Now, I know it's a bass clarinet, so I can't be like I'm an actual clarinetist. But still, I can just feel the music is going to push me, and I feel that I'm going to grow from this. And it's so exciting to me, and it's kind of scary because I don't know if I can accomplish it. But it's exciting because I can see, it's almost like a video game, like I see the levels that can be achieved, the skill tree that's waiting to be upgraded. Like, it's so exciting to me. I can't elaborate more how exciting this is for me. But I love music. I love it so much. I love this challenge. I'm so excited, and I hope you guys stay along for the journey, because I plan on trying to document it on my TikTok, and maybe try to do it on YouTube too. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.